No, it was there for you. I'll forward it after the meeting.
Okay, thank you. Don't make me separate you two. I call the meeting to order. I want to acknowledge that we are on the traditional unceded territory of the Upper Similkameen Indian Band. Could we get a motion to adopt the June 15th, 2020 regular meeting of council agenda?
Make that motion, Mr. Mayor.
Councilor Gould, seconder.
I'll second that, Mr. Mayor.
Councilor Willis, any additions? Okay, all in favor? So moved. Number 3, recommendation that the minutes of the June 1st, 2020 regular meeting of council be adopted.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Councilor Elliott, thank you.
A second.
Councilor Gould, thank you. Any errors or omissions? No? Okay, call the question, all in favor? So moved, thank you. Petitions and delegations, no public in the gallery due to COVID-19 pandemic. There's no unfinished business, which takes us to staff reports. 6.1, Glenview Park Development Proposal. Recommendation that council receive the Glenview Park Development Proposal report for information only.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Mayor.
Councilor Gould, thank you. Seconder. Councilor Elliott, any questions or comments? Councilor Gould.
If we could just ask for an update or for CAO to speak on that.
Yeah, so if you remember, this is a concept that was put forward by True Consulting. They showed council a couple different scenarios. Council did like a scenario that included a cul-de-sac style. And so this is basically the concept that they sort of landed on. And this is kind of what we've been strategizing on. So again, this is a response to the housing shortage in town. And it is, we're in the public consultation process, which is the alternative approval process.
Thank you.
Yep.
And then just to clarify the discussions with the two options, and we as a council decided on the cul-de-sac. The other option was individual lots
That's right.
from the
Yeah,
street.
they were more long and narrow and didn't really fit the
Thank you.
the area. So.
And I appreciate that this information is being provided so that a visual can be, and it's up to 8 lots. It does not mean that it has to be 8.
I think we needed something to sort of get started on the discussion, and if it's the will of the citizens, then council can take it to the next level, which is more of a detailed design.
Councilor Willis.
I'm just looking at the thing here, and we've done a couple of these, and it looks like, it makes it pretty tough to build on the one. I think we could eventually, decide on a park in one of the lots, right, if it came down to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Any other comments? Councilor Elliott.
Yeah, I'd just like to point out too that none of this is written in stone either.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is why it says proposed.
yes, exactly.
And why we're looking for the input
That's
from the
correct.
community.
Okay, anything else? Okay, I'll call the question. All in favor? So moved, thank you. Put that over there for now. Number 6.2, Health, Wellness, and Aquatic Center Review. Recommendation that the town engage the services of VDA Architects at the cost of $26,500 to develop concepts and supporting information in preparation for potential upcoming grant funding opportunities.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Councilor Elliott, seconder.
Second,
Councilor
Mr.
Lewis.
Mayor.
Questions or comments? Councilor Gould.
I think it's important that we hear from you as to why, like, so the public can hear why we are proceeding with a new study.
So, as everyone is aware, we did a lot of work prior and in preparation for a grant application. Unfortunately, it was turned down. But we're sort of getting the idea or the feeling that through this COVID economic downturn that there may be some new grants coming up, especially in the infrastructure So I think it's just prudent that we sort of be prepared for a new intake. And so what we're proposing is that we engage the architect that we engaged before. There's been a lot of good work that he could draw from and reuse. He, through this, if we go forward with this, he will look at cost savings areas, maybe even downsizing. He'll present a few other options, and then we can move forward with a factual-based application if a new program is announced.
Yep.
Sorry, and further, just to emphasize that we need to have a shelf-ready project
Yes.
when it's time, when there is funding available.
Yes.
And it's unfortunate that there's more money we have to do, but it's important to have the proper information ready to go.
Yeah, you definitely want to be ready if there is an announcement.
Councillor Willis, you had a question?
No, that's what I was just gonna confirm, that this pretty much gets us ready for the grant.
Yeah, and then I want to make clear that this money would come from the future amenities reserve that is set aside for the pool if the pool was to happen. So the money that we'd be taking from would be the reserve for the pool. Correct, okay, thank you. Any other questions? Okay, I'll call the question, all in favor? So moved, thank you. 6.3, Princeton and District Community Services Society Lease Agreement, 120 Veterans Way. Recommendation that the town of Princeton enter into a 1-year lease agreement with the option to renew for a further 5 year with the Princeton and District Community Service Society for the use of part of the land described as Lot 4, Block 15, Plan KAP 55, District Lot 706, Yale Division, Div of Yale Land District, PID 012-753-050, 120 Veterans Way, and that staff proceed with the legislative notice as required by the community charter and attach to this notice in draft form.
Make that
Too
motion,
many-
Mr.
too
Mayor.
many words. Councillor Willis, seconder, Councillor
Second.
Gould. And I just want to clarify, this is the old cadet hall or fire hall behind and then the community futures, or community services is going to use this as part of their area to do programming for
New beginnings.
New Beginnings?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else have questions?
Unless Mel wants to speak on it, but
Okay.
They're looking to relocate a program, and we happen to have a vacant building. So I think both of us, both groups, feel that it's a good use of space. And as per the community charter, we must post and give notice of our intention to lease it for adult.
Perfect. Anything else? Okay, I'll call the question. All in favor? So moved, thank you. Okay, 6.4, the addition of a fully funded UBCM grant for, this is way too much money, $25,000 for the 2020 Protective Services budget line. Recommendation that council approve the addition of the fully funded UBCM CEPF 2020 Emergency Operations Center grant for $25,000 to the 2020 Protective Services budget line, and that mayor and the CAO be authorized to sign the necessary documents. Councillor Willis, seconder. Councillor Elliott, questions? Sure.
since one goes to the trouble of preparing it, is there a plan, or is there a position that gets appointed with this?
No, there's no position, it's simply the structure for the treatment operator.
Okay,
So
so,
we're not, we're buying, plan to buy computers, costs for supplies, tables, chairs.
perfect, thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, I'll call the question. All in favor? So moved, thank you. Takes us to council reports. Councilor Willis.
We're still pretty short on meetings on my side here. Yeah, I don't have much to report.
Okay, Councilor Gould.
Well, I attended a meeting with Councillor Willis
Oh,
for the Pickleball Association. And we had an outdoor meeting at the Memorial Park and met with the executive from there.
she should go first next time.
Then we
You guys
had,
got trade spots, I always pick on the end.
we attended the CAO workshop where we were given some updates from CAO Thomas, which was greatly appreciated. I'd really like to thank the town and Public Works and everybody that went through the process to get our blue recycling bins out to the public. I think so far the feedback on that's been pretty positive. It's important that they know that this is the week where you could start using them. And then if you do need more, you can come and get more. There was one question that was posed to me by an email, was if somebody has a Rubbermaid bin of similar size, is that something that they could do? I'll look into that, and unless you want to answer that. Okay, thank you. That's great. Yeah. And then I'm looking forward to the day that our bear-proof, bear-resistant garbage containers are on our KVR and parks.
That's everything?
Yes.
Okay. Councillor Elliott?
June 3rd, I attended the CAO workshop here with all the other members of council. On June 12th, I attended a virtual meeting, the local government primary care engagement workshop, which is normally held in Penticton. And I think doing it virtually actually brought more attendees because there was 23 of us at that meeting on the internet, so I think that went very well. June 2nd, 4th, 7th, 9th, 11th, and 14th, I attended the appreciation parade with my wife. And I've been, my walks that I've been taking almost daily, I've been on the KVR lately, which is in my neighborhood, and I'm happy to say that people are social distancing and using that stretch of the area quite responsibly that I've seen.
Thank you. I too attended the CAO workshop. I attended the Regional District Board meeting on the 4th and then the Minister meeting on the 4th. On the 10th, we had I guess we can call it a housing strategy meeting with senior directors and myself. And tomorrow and Wednesday, we will be doing tours with the grade 6 and 7s in Town Hall in 2 different groups. So 4 groups total over the next 2 days, and I'm still not sure what I'm going to do. Figure it out tomorrow. I think that's all I have to report on that stuff. Oh yeah, I guess I got one more thing to report on. Working with Gary, I've started an Instagram account for Discover Princeton, which is a tourism promotional Instagram page, and we're just trying to market Princeton as a destination and just show off the natural wonders that is Princeton. So far we're getting a pretty good response, and it's pretty neat. So I know Gary's got more coming in the future with some other marketing and stuff, so it all ties in together. Number 8, correspondence receive and file. The Board of Education of School District 58, Nicola-Similkameen update lease agreement, recommendation that 8.1 be received and file.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Gould, seconder, Councillor Willis. Questions? Lyle, do you want to bring us up to date on that one?
Well, just a point of clarification, if you remember the last council meeting, they shared a letter with council that they were intending on selling the building, but they actually, that wasn't exactly what they meant. So this letter is just a point of clarification. The board has not reached any decision on selling the building. They simply wanted to get it appraised because they're trying to update their long-range facility plan, so that was their intention.
Perfect, so there's no risk of it disappearing. Okay, I'll call the question. All in favor? So moved, thank you. Correspondence action requested, 9.1, letter from Renata, I'm not going to massacre her last name, Mednanska, and William S. Brodie. Recommendation that the letter be referred to the Director of Finance to respond to the request.
Make that one.
Councillor Willis, seconder. Councillor Gould, questions? Call the question, all in favor? So moved, thank you. Now I can switch page. Okay, section 9.2, Glenview Park removal and park dedication for the purpose of residential subdivision community questions. Recommendation that the letter be referred to staff to respond to K. Simpkins and S. Visanti.
So moved, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Elliott, seconder.
Second that, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Willis, questions? Okay, I'll call the question. All in favor? So moved, thank you. 10, bylaws and resolutions. 10.1 is a rezoning of 151 Edgewood Drive from RS1 to RD for secondary suite. Recommendation that bylaw number 989, 2020, a bylaw to amend zoning bylaw to rezone lot 51 DL 361 Plan KAP 20867 YDYD located at 151 Edgewood Drive from RS1 single family residential to RD 2 family residential be given third reading.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Gould, seconder. Councillor Elliott, questions? Councillor Gould?
Just comment that there was that one
Yes.
response in regards to parking, which has been looked at, and there's sufficient parking.
Yes, that's correct, yeah.
Okay.
They weren't against the development, they just wanted to make sure that we were aware that parking is of a premium in that area.
Just one more comment, if I may. Just to support that we are, as a council, looking to encourage this kind of rezoning to allow for multifamily densities,
Legal multifamily.
legal multifamily densities, and we encourage people to apply.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay, I'll call the question. All in favor? So moved, thank you. 10.2, 2020 tax prepayment bylaw. Recommendation that the Town of Princeton tax prepayment bylaw number 990, 2020 be adopted.
I'll make that motion, Mr.
Councillor
Mayor.
Willis, seconder. Anybody want to second it?
I'll second.
Councillor Gould. Any questions or comments?
No, not
Okay.
this time.
All in favor? So moved, thank you. No new agenda. Agenda conclusion. Motion to close. Recommendation that the meeting be closed to the public for purpose of considering the acquisition, disposition, and expropriation of land or improvements if the council considers that disclosure could reasonably be expected to harm the interests of the municipality. Following the adoption of the above motion, the meeting will be closed to the public.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Gould, seconder. Councillor Elliott. Any comments? All in favor? So moved. Thank you. We are now closed to the public.